Alright, well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's your friend, the neighborhood Saskatchewan guy, Ironman3406. If this is your first time tuning into the channel, my name's Nathan, and we are working on a Cockshutt 90 tractor. This is the carburetor off of that tractor. We're going to get it tore apart here today, get it all tore down, assess what we've got inside, and probably get the main pieces dunked into some carburetor cleaner. So without further ado, we will get at her. So the first order of business is I want to get this top section of the carburetor off. So we got some, I think there's five flathead style screw bolts. So we'll get those taken out to start with. One, two, three, and four. And that one's extra long, so we'll have to make note of that one. That it goes in that very corner there. So with those out, this top half of the carb should come apart. Maybe give something just a little bit of help here. Looks like it's just stuck on the venturi a little bit. There we go. So you always want to be careful when you're taking these carbs apart so you don't damage these little tubes. You never know what carb's got what kicking in it. So we didn't hurt that one. We got our gasket. That was definitely a homemade gasket at one point. You can see the pen marks for the cutouts. So now we've got our bowl portion. We'll set off to the side, and we'll have a look at the top bit of the carburetor. So we got our float. See, so about that, the needle's not even stuck. This is the first old tractor I've been into where that hasn't been the case. Kind of nice. I guess we're going to need a smaller screwdriver maybe to get that out of the way. Oh, maybe not. Oh, look at that. We're good. So get the float shaft out of the way here. Brass float appears to be in good shape. Don't see no holes, but we'll test that in a container of water to make sure it floats. And then as our needle, it looks fairly new actually. Actually looks brand new. That's good. Now I'll get that seat pulled out of there. Before I do that, there's a couple other things I'll screw out of here before I grab a new tool. Interesting. Looks like that was pressed in there. It's knurled. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but that that silver portion of that valve is knurled, almost like it's pressed into the brass screw. Oh, that's just the stop for the idle. Low idle. That's all that is. This screw just comes through this piece of steel right here, and it provides a stop for the idle so that it'll only come back so far. And then we've got another. I can't believe how easy this thing's coming apart. I guess that's just a plug so you can get in to clean that orifice. Okay, I will grab a socket that fits on that. Alright, so we'll take the seat out. Okay, so there was a small little fiber gasket that was underneath of the float bracket, and then there's also a little fiber gasket below the seat as well. So we won't lose those. Yeah, there's a little bit of cut in there. That's right, that's why we're taking it apart. So I don't know if you guys can see in there or not. One little screw. Two little screws. That should slide right out of there. Just like so. And shaft comes through. Alright, just another plug. Looks like to access for cleaning. I guess the last thing to take out is the fuel inlet fitting. That, and I'll have to put it in the vise to get that big plug out, so we'll just do that in a minute. But looks like we got everything we can take out. Now in the bottom there, I'm going to need a smaller screwdriver. I just noticed there is also a orifice of some kind that can come out of there, so I'll get a narrower screwdriver. Alright, so the only screwdriver bit that I've got that'll fit down in this hole is like a drill style bit, but I'll put a 1/4 inch wrench on it and see if we can get that fitting moving. So, oh yes, good. Oh, got lucky. surface. Set the top of the carb apart or aside, and we will start getting into the bottom portion, the bowl. So, got one. I'm betting this is a plug, just like the other ones have been. Yep, just a threaded plug. But underneath there is it looks like we're going to have to go this route again. See if we can go 2 for 2. I tell you, as far as carbs go that have been sitting for 45 years, this is usually not how they go. Oh, that's just a threaded. Oh, that's what holds the Venturion. Okay, cool. I might lightly put a pair of pliers on this one, see if it spins out, but I'm going to be real gentle if I do that. The other thing we can do is get the choke shaft out of here, I guess. So this is on like a, spring. Try and show it to you here so you can see how it snaps back all on its own. There's a spring that loops around here, coils up, and then attaches to the shaft right there. So we'll get the screws taken out, hopefully. That peg. Go. Now, just nice and there's the choke shaft out. Alright, you got one little dealio right here. Ooh, that one's in there pretty good. Too big. Where is it? Let's see, maybe give it a little tap on there. I don't know. George, we got it. But it's broke free. Should be able to spin it the rest of the way out with the screwdriver. Just another plug. Passageway for cleaning parts. Alright, fresh battery. Let's get these fittings out of here. Alright. Looks like a drain, I guess. That's what I thought this was, but oh, that's loose. Oh no, this adjusts. This adjusts one of the mixtures. Don't know which one, but it adjusts one of them. My book ever gets here from Canada Post. I don't know. And it looks like we can take this brass fitting out. Okay, so off camera I did break it loose just because I had to give it a little extra force. But that's the beauty of YouTube. I can do that. Okay, looks like there's a fiber washer on that as well. Won't lose that. And now if we look in the bottom, I don't know if you guys will catch it on camera or not. Try and get some light in there. There is another threaded venturi I can take out. So I'll try with this thicker screwdriver. Alright everybody, I've decided not to bother taking that fitting out of there. I've tried and it's just not coming. I've tried heating this up. I've tried tapping on it, try and break it loose. It's just, it ain't coming. So I can see through that orifice, so I will clean it out really good, and we'll just go with it as is, so that I don't wreck it, because I don't know if finding that tube is, or that venturi is going to be doable or not. So anyway, we'll get all these pieces into some carb cleaner, let it soak for a while, and then we can get everything put back together. So I'll come back to you in a second. Alright, so the stuff I'm using here is just this gunk parts cleaner. You definitely don't want to have any gaskets or rubber or fiber when you drop it in there, so we'll get all the fiber washers off of everything. Pardon me. So I just won't push this brass piece in there. There's a rubber fitting in here. So this piece I just won't put through the washer, because it's going to be real hard to get that rubber out of there without wrecking it. Gasket set that I get for this should have all these fiber washers in it anyway. I did take this big fitting out too, I didn't show that to you guys. And I will just take this little brass filter. I won't put it through the parts washer and stuff either. So, and I will also leave the venturi out. But everything else, as long as I can fit it in, is going to go into the wash. So into the little tray here is all the small parts. There, so that's that little tray loaded up. I'll probably just start with putting the top piece in, because I won't be able to fit the top and the bottom in at the same time. There we go. So got all those components in there. I'll close it up and let it sit for a couple days. Okie dokie everybody. So we got the carb tore apart. We'll let everything soak in there for a while. This piece I'm probably just going to put through the sandblaster. It'll get rid of all the loose. It's not that gritty inside for a, sorry about the shadow, for a carburetor. There's no gunk in the bottom except for a little bit of stuff. So with a little bit of scrubbing horsepower, I think I'll be able to clean that up without having to run that one through pardon me, the parts cleaner kit. So that'll about do it for this one, I think. I do appreciate you guys watching. I'm hoping that you're enjoying this Cockshutt 60 project. We'll keep plugging away at it here over the course of the Christmas break. Not sure what we'll get started on next while we wait for the carburetor to clean off. Maybe I'll start cleaning up that manifold and assessing and seeing where we're at with it. Oh, excuse me. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you're liking the little Cockshutt project here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. And don't forget, I am Iron Man. We'll see you later.